Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Burning Hints Football. We're going to recap last week's matchups and predictions. So we're starting off. We were both wrong with me versus Stein. Tough week for
Yeah.
both of us, but I took down an undefeated team, so pretty cool.
Let's
Cat's
go ahead and
all.
go to the other undefeated team that lost, where we both picked Connor Lestrange to beat Snowball, but Snowball won
Oh, oh, we sure.
with
Okay, okay.
without
Uh,
CMC.
yeah. Um, then we have Rob Matz, still 0-6. I'm pretty sure we both probably picked smart there. Same thing
Nope,
with.
actually, I picked Rob Matz there. So,
Oh, damn. Damn. And then Nick P still 4-2, man. What a
yep,
beast.
I took Nick P last week. You took Tony.
Damn it. Why did I do that? And then Herrera beat Kuzi in a
I
pretty good
took
matchup.
Herrera, and you took Kuzi.
Damn. All right.
And then obviously we both took Chris Gregg over me.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Forgot about that. Oh, it's on the bottom. There it is.
And then let's go ahead and check out the waivers from this week.
All right.
Um,
So at the top, we got Lestrange picking up the Cleveland running back. We
I'm
got
kind of shocked he didn't go for more,
yeah.
and that
Uh,
no one bid on him.
I wasn't. I don't know. It seems like a risky bid. Penny for the Seattle Seahawks. Just kind of surprised. I just always avoid this guy. He just never really shows up.
That I feel like that's a riskier bid than Dearness Johnson. Like Dearness Johnson, you know, is at least going to get the work. You don't know if Penny's going to get it or if Dallas is going to get it.
Yeah.
So
And then I picked up Christian Kirk, which I was surprised he was on the free agent wire. I understand Arizona's got a
I
lot of
was
options, but
surprised that he was on the free agent wire, and I was surprised so many people went after him. I mean, like he's a good player, but like it's kind of hard to predict whenever he's going to be fantasy relevant.
yeah, it's just now we're in buy time, so
Yeah,
I need people to be able to play. Then you went and took back Tannehill.
yeah.
Congrats.
I needed
Snowball,
him for this week against Kansas City.
yeah, and Snowball picked up Matt Ryan. We'll see how that works out.
I think
Um,
he's a great streaming option this week against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are just awful.
they are terrible. Yes, especially off a bye. And then Lestrange picked up another Cleveland running back, and then just filling out the rosters for a lot of people, swapping out.
And you brought in a kicker. You brought in Koo.
Yeah, go Joseph's on his bye, so not a
Yeah.
good enough kicker to really like. Someone dropped Tyson. All right.
I mean, I honestly like the fact that like three Ravens running backs got touchdowns last week. Tyson didn't even touch the field. Like he was
Yeah,
a healthy scratch again. Like
weird.
he's done. He's not worth holding on to.
We'll see if more Raven running backs get injured. All right. So let's start the preview for this week. A lot of teams don't have all their players in, so it's
We'll have to make some assumptions.
theoretical. So we'll start with me and Herrera because we actually both have like our people in. So I'm gonna make us smaller real quick. And what do you like? What you dislike here?
Um, just kind of looking over everything. It's nice that to have like Kamara in the lineup. I think he's going to be a great play against Seattle. Um, and I don't know. It doesn't look like Herrera's hit too much by all the buys this week.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, he's projected to beat me, even though he has Justin Jefferson out. So
yeah.
it's scary.
Um, yeah, he's not hurt too much by it. You got some question marks like will Sutton go off and what's your tight end gonna do and like will Christian Kirk give you 1 point or nothing? So I'm leaning towards Herrera on this matchup. He just has such a dominant team, like from like top to bottom. And until I mean CMC is now officially out for another 3 weeks. So I mean, I guess 2 weeks. This week was week one. So he has at least Hubbard for another two solid weeks right now.
Yeah, and I think
against the Giants in Atlanta. That's a pretty good matchup right there.
yeah, and as a Panthers fan, Rule basically went out and said after the game that he wants to run the ball 30 to 35 times like a game after Darnold's regression. So I expect Hubbard to be like legit, like fantasy
Yeah.
option. He's looked better. Like he was not looking good right off the bat. I think like even the stats looked like he was great in Houston, but he struggled against Houston. He struggled against Dallas. But the last 2 weeks, he's actually looked much better, even though his yards per carry are down.
I think just watching him, he definitely has gotten better from whenever he first started.
Yeah, he's a rookie, so I mean, we'll see. I'm gonna take confidence in myself here, and say that I'll get it. He could put in Ayuk or Hilton here against me, and be like big time favorites by like what, probably like 15. But I mean, we match up well at running back. The weird part's gonna be QB. He could go off Rogers against Washington, so that could be like the decider. But
You you also don't have like I mean you have McLaurin in there right now, but he is kind of dinged up, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
yeah,
And um, with Jefferson being in his flex, I mean he could really put in Dylan, who's been looking pretty good this like for this week, especially against Washington, because I don't expect Washington to keep up with Green Bay. So then you can get Dylan in some garbage time there, and I think that that'd be not a bad play either.
not bad. Yeah, the one thing I do like is I just like New England versus the Jets again. Um,
Yeah.
they had 19 points last time, and I don't think that's probably gonna change all that much.
Granted, he's got Arizona against Houston, so that could be another like that could be a great game for Arizona.
That is true, but Houston, I feel like I don't know. They've been like a little bit more surprising than I don't think they're gonna win or like it's gonna. They might keep it close in the first half. I don't know. Houston's just been like the one of the weird teams that just seems to play well, but it seems like they're playing on their season. They just cut Merciless and Tyrod's still not back, so maybe it is gonna be a complete blowout.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll have confidence in myself, but Cat Dog is definitely the favorite. All right, let's head over to Stein versus Kuzi, which is another good matchup. Kuzi's lost 3 in a row, I think. Stein just dealt his first loss this past week. Not gonna have Najee Harris.
And no
Um,
Najee this week.
yeah, so he's probably going to put in. I mean, it looks like McKissick. Unless I mean, I watched Lindsey last week fumble this awful fumble.
I mean, if
Um,
I was him, I'd definitely put in McKissick. I think McKissick has a pretty solid. I mean, because he can like he does have Ridley back, so he doesn't need to have a running back in his flex.
yeah,
Um,
and McKissick's
But I
just
would
been.
still probably go McKissick over Williams this week with like Gibson being banged up right now.
Yeah, and it's like you're down against Green Bay. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of passing, a lot of dump offs,
Yeah.
so that might be the best choice. Whereas Williams, like Detroit, and Swift's clearly the lead guy. And do you even want any more Detroit people? You already got Hawkinson. Just keep them on
Yeah,
machine.
you've already got enough garbage time from Detroit.
Plus, you're going against Swift, so if Swift is a big game and Williams does, but I mean, I guess if you play that and Williams ends up having a big game and Swift doesn't, you get like double rewards. But I'm not sure if that's likely. It looked like early on the season maybe, but um, it feels like it's less and less going to be Swift. What up, Kitty? Um, man, yeah, Kuzi's got a skeleton crew out.
Yeah.
But maybe Barkley, I mean, looks like but you never know. I don't think Barkley's going to be back. I don't know how they're having him as questionable.
I don't think Barkley's back this week. I do think that Eliza Mitchell will have a pretty good week, and I like Tua as a streamer this week. So if you can figure out something at tight end, I know it's not going to like match up against Hawkinson, but he just needs something to kind of hold him over. And
Yeah,
but he does have the Giants running back, so he can either play Booker or Barkley this week.
true. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. Stein's team just looks stronger. We'll see what Kuzi does with all his buys. It just like he has so many buys this week. It's just brutal for
Yeah,
him.
it's a rough week for him.
And I don't
I'm
think he
gonna
wants
lean
problems from
towards
people.
Stein because he has less buy issues this week.
Yeah, I think if Kuzi like ended up having a higher record, he might even just like punt this game just because he has so many players he doesn't want to drop. But I'm definitely going with Stein. It's just a bad week for Kuzi. And Lamar Jackson versus Cincinnati, generally a good
Yeah.
matchup. All right, we're off to Snowball versus Smart. Pretty solid matchup. Um, Snowball's got some work to do on the waivers, but I think he did. Did he pick up a quarterback? Matt Ryan, yeah.
Yeah, he picked up Matt Ryan.
Yeah, and then he can start
So
moving around some of his stuff. But it's Wednesday morning, so people haven't done this yet.
yeah.
Look
You
at
got Matt
Chris
Ryan in
Smart
there.
starting Ertz.
I mean, I like it personally. I like you have Max Williams who is having a pretty good season, and now you got Ertz moving over there. I don't think like Ertz isn't great at like anymore, but like he's just a solid like playmaker, and that offense for Arizona is clicking.
Yeah, just for me, like there's always a apprehensiveness to ever start someone that just got traded. Whoops, where'd it go?
Yeah.
That's the wrong one.
Um. I mean, yeah, he picked up San Francisco's defense. I think that's probably a decent play against Indianapolis. Um, I don't know. I like Snowball's team this week. I probably would put Cobb in over Moore just because, or not Cobb, Crowder. I'd put Crowder in over Moore because Crowder can just be like a possession receiver and get you like a baseline where Moore can just kind of just dive bomb your entire week.
Yeah,
And
and
I
you
don't
might.
think Chris Smart has a great team where I would be afraid to like play it safe. So
Yeah, and you might. New England versus the Jets. It's gonna be like potentially like a lot of dump offs and quick passes. Unless the
yeah.
Jets like are as dumb as they were last time and just like throw it deep against them.
I feel bad for Snowball on his bench. Like you have Miles Sanders and you have Allen Robinson, and you really can't play either of them, but you can't drop them.
I feel like you can play Allen Robinson against Tampa
Allen Robinson,
Bay.
you might be able to play this week because they're gonna have to throw the ball against Tampa.
Yeah, I just feel bad for Sanders because, like, I mean, I don't know if you watched the Tampa Bay game, but they were cheering every single time they gave Sanders a run, like a running play, because like they just weren't running the ball. Like it was absurd. Like I don't know. They just hired another Doug Peterson that doesn't run the ball. I don't know what they were thinking why they hired the same coaching tree,
I
but
don't
but
know.
yeah. Um, but I'm sort of at odds with this game. I do not like Ertz over Pitts. Pitts finally had his coming out. I just don't. I mean, look at Pitts' worst games. I don't know. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah,
I know he's
it's
a
a
Philly fan, so
yeah. I mean, I will say for like Ertz, like you can probably get like a pretty good like game out of him going against Houston. But I mean, Pitts is also going up against Miami, who doesn't have a defense this year. So
yeah.
I think both are probably fine. I think Pitts definitely has a higher ceiling, though.
And then one thing he could do is throw. I'm assuming he still has IR spots. He could throw Wilson on the IR and pick another person up for the
Yeah, I
time
think he
being
probably
instead of
could too.
Wilson. But I think I'm gonna go with Smart here. Who'd you say you're gonna go for?
I'm gonna go for Snowball.
Okay. It'll be interesting. It's really hard to calculate everything and like get a feel without seeing who they're definitely going to start. But
Yeah,
it's definitely going to be. It looks like a really fair and even-ish matchup. Got sort of weird running backs on both sides and pretty good receivers on both sides. So we'll see how that goes. Um, we are moving on. Okay, this one might be quick. Lestrange versus Chris. Lestrange versus Rob Matz.
um, yeah. I'm
Matz
gonna
is out with
go.
his.
I'm gonna go with Connor.
Yeah.
I don't think
Um,
there's much more to say. I mean, he's not played Marquise Brown a single time yet this season. He's still got Julio in his lineup. Just a really I don't care position as manager for Rob Matz, so I feel like you're pretty much safe to say go with Connor this week.
yeah, Connor seems pretty loaded. Not starting Hollywood, and his running backs are dog shit, and his only good running back is on bye. So,
Yeah.
do we need to keep going, or I
Nope.
think
I
I'm
think
ready
we
to
can
move
just go
on.
ahead and move on from that one.
All right, we got Beats with a 47 projection versus Chris Gregg.
Well, that's because
Uh,
he doesn't have a quarterback
yeah, he's
or
got
his
buys in,
Yeah.
and his
Um,
kicker is hurt, and
I
it's been
don't
with
expect
COVID.
Tony to update his lineup.
Yeah.
Um, Therefore, I'm going to go with Chris Gregg.
Yep. He's got two guys on IR, one guy with COVID, and two guys on bye. Even if he was moving on, not a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well,
On to my matchup.
this one looks okay.
We're both projected less than 100 points.
Those are just
So that's a
numbers.
good spot to start. Um, oh, man. Herbert got a bump. He was only projected 3 points as of this morning.
Yeah, you got a lot of. I remember I was like, I thought you had Damian Williams. I was like, oh, too bad for Hinty. But I guess, did you start Herbert last week?
I did start Herbert last week.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, he's going off. And Mooney had a touchdown too. Um, but what do you like? What do you dislike from the matchup?
Um, so with basically the trade that I made this season, it's right now my team doesn't have much upside, which is really hard to compete against whenever he has Woods, Kelsey, and Adams, who not so much Woods, but definitely Kelsey and Adams, who have been going off and can go off pretty consistently. And he also has the Rams defense, and I have them in another league, and they're going to completely dominate Detroit. So I don't have much faith in my team this week. I guess the area that I could probably get some have something good fall on my lap is if his running backs really have a tough week and my running backs can just barely outperform them. At some point, Javonte Williams is going to take over that starting job for Denver. I know they're still doing like a 50-50 split and it's almost perfect, but like Gordon's
Yeah, I don't
banged
know
up right
why.
now. He's still going out there, but he's definitely banged up.
Even like if it's just 50-50, at some point, I mean, he's the power guy, so like, I feel like he should be getting more touchdowns. One touchdown all year. Eventually, it's gonna because he's putting up fine numbers even without touchdowns. So once he starts
Yeah.
filling in some touchdowns, he'll be in the teens, and that's gonna be a huge step up. And then he's got Devonta Freeman in, and I guess this is could be a big game for James Conner. They'll be up big, so they'll run the ball. But yeah, his receivers are just absurd. Defense, you have a chance to maybe be really good, but it's not like his one's gonna be bad. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I was just thinking about what
I
you got.
think at the end of the day, I don't really have an upside in this game, whereas he has a ton of upside. So
Yeah,
I think that's going to basically be the deciding factor.
I'm surprised he is starting Devonta Freeman right now. Um, when I feel like I don't know, I'm looking at the thing. I think Kenyon Drake's probably the best play. But you never know. I guess it's all whatever you think you want to do. Um,
I really wish that Williams for me wasn't on the COVID list anymore, and I could put him in my lineup, move Herbert basically back into like the waiver pool because once Williams is back in, he's not going to have as much value. But
yeah, and you still have Kittle still hurt. Yeah, that's tough. Um, yeah, I'm going with Nick P.
yeah,
All right. Same for you.
Yeah, I'm going Nick P.
All right. We're getting close to the midway point.
Yeah.
Um, anything else you want to talk about, or are you good?
Uh, I think let's just take a quick look here at the overall standings with us being close to the midway point. Um, Keep in mind that for the way that our draft set up to basically get the first pick for your draft position, you do have to win the loser pool. So I do need to figure something out if I want to have a top 3 pick, because right now I will be finishing like 5th. um,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
because I feel like you, Tony, and Rob Matz are officially out, but
yeah,
there's
I would
still
say that
plenty of time for
I'd say
the
that our
rest.
3 teams are completely out. Um, Chris Smart he still has a chance, but I think with him selling Diggs last week, he's kind of writing off the season as well,
Which
which
I'm
really just
surprised
leaves
by.
8 teams fighting for 6 positions. So I
Yeah,
think
I'm not gonna count out Smart just yet, but that was weird. Um,
it'll also be interesting to see what Snowball does. He put CMC up on the waiver wire. I think his team's perfectly fine. He just won the last 2 weeks without having CMC. I would say, if anything, I'd actually go out and try and buy someone if I was him. Um, like
true that. It's
maybe
surprising to see Cream up this high. Or cat issues.
yep, cat issues, climbing on the monitors.
Jesus. Lestrange and Alex's teams are just absurd.
Yeah,
Good points for. Different class. But Snowball, yeah, look how high he is. But definitely, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It's still going to be close. I still think Chris Smart still has a chance. You never know with this stuff.
I think he still has a chance. I'm just not sure if he's still fighting for that chance. So
Well, we'll see. Still's got Pollard and everything. Maybe Zeke gets hurt. Pollard's a beast. All right, man.
yeah.
Anything else you'd like to talk about?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you all next week, and we're getting close to the halfway point, and we'll do sort of a recap show on that.